I'm changing locations and shit. Man, get into this motherfucking bag. Stand on the way, I made. Sacrificing time for this shit, man, I got a plan. Tried to tell niggas years ago, they ain't understand. Riding by myself and it's cool, I'm all in my head. Everything in life you can't replace, I build relationships. Pretty little smile make a nigga wanna lock it in. We met the same time I lost a friend, we should try again. You should hop in, I ain't gon' hurt you, baby girl, you know we locked in. Used to be on FaceTime calls on the regular. Never made time, landed on my busy schedule. Now every time I hit the bay, you know I think of you. Work.
Henny the Moore reporting live from the liquor store, man. And when all three of us come together, man, it's Cowboys Uncut.
It's Goddess.
West Coast Cowboy in the middle, the Kanye West of this content stuff.
And I'm a day one type of girl. Ain't nothing wishy-washy over here. I don't jump around, stick to one side. Yeah, the silver, the blue, we got them in their feelings. That star on the field, come pay the D a visit. They say it's hatred, is it? I call it hate and simping. Cause if we wasn't that hating, they wouldn't be in our business. Listen, West Coast say the water tastes better. The fan base go harder, and all the ladies get wetter. Yeah, that's how it is when you straight reppin' for Dallas. We get it in the trap, and landlord tell us what's happening. No explanations in no shape, form, or fashion. When Henny drop the stats, ain't nothing else to be asking. Them numbers don't lie, that's why your argument dry. And we still got them rings, you got your eyes on our prize. Whether an eagle, a giant, or a commando, you in the parking lot crying, we in the Lambo, we stay in our bag, we run it up in the draft. You still talking about the 90s, so who's stuck in the past? Get off me, and I'ma need you 6 feet back. And we ain't hearing nothing till your team beat Dak. And we ain't scared of running. It's only one team over here, this Cowboys, believe it. Yeah, this you got is the poet. Big up West Coast Cowboy, HTM Sports, and Landlord from Alabama. Y'all check them boys out, man. Don't play around with the Cowboys content. Yeah, and you know it's DC. Yeah, DC 4L. All day, every day.
My dear Aunt Sally, we is at the P right now. We gotta go to free agency, then we gotta go to draft, then we can talk about training camp.
And Stephen Jones, who's also a multi-millionaire, moves and feels like a what? Like a dude that is got $15 in his bank account.
We finna come marching to Dallas with our picket signs, ticket torches, everything we can find.
And we are live. What's good with y'all, man? It's your boy, Henny the Moore, reporting live from the liquor store, man. How's everybody doing? And hey, this is Cowboys Convo. I'm not on here talking to myself. We're going to be chopping it up with the most vile, despicable, evil, devilish, outlandishly deviant landlord from Alabama.
Don't behave that way, man. You know, you should be better than that. You should be better than that.
I am better than that. That's why I have to let these people know what they're getting themselves into. Like, they got to just wear crucifixes, drink holy water, and, fast to be around landlord. Because it's this kind of evil presence that he has. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. Like, y'all let landlord get away with crimes against nature. But, because he charismatic, y'all just look the other way, man. You see, that's why... Diddy be getting away with stuff he get away with, man. They like being around Diddy. They like being around landlord.
Hold on, man. Don't make that kind of comparison.
Oh, man. Hey, man, we're going to have a great show today, though, man. We're going to talk about the coaching search. We're going to talk about a little bit of everything, honestly, man. Because, listen, the Dallas Cowboys ain't playing football anytime soon. We can talk about what the hell we want to talk about. Right? We could talk about how y'all feel about both Washington and the damn Philadelphia shit eaters. You could talk about how you feel about watching them play for an opportunity to go to a championship. You could talk about how you feel about Dan Quinn and Kellen Moore possibly coaching in a championship. You could talk about the coaching search, right? Because Schottenheimer is heating up at this point. You know, that it started like a weird. It started like a weird Twitter rumor, and then all of a sudden it had actual life. It had actual legs and life, and just walked up and started running. And now we're here. He said, "Dang, Henry, you make landlord sound like he's Satan." Now listen, I'm not saying that the two people are related, but have you ever seen the devil and landlord in the same room at the same time? I think not.
Hey man,
I think not. I don't know. I see, you know, you see the devil. You never seen landlord around. You see landlord, you ain't seen the devil around. I don't know, man. My boy Dak owns Filthy said, "I'm pissed." Hey man, it's better to be pissed off than pissed on. And the sad thing about Dallas is they know you're pissed off and still try to piss on you.
yeah. See, when you go on a historical run like I've been on, he ain't gonna say all kind of crazy things about you, but you know what I'm saying? As long as the people know the real landlord, you know what I'm saying? Don't listen to this guy. He's an imposter at this point. You know what I'm saying? We don't
Wow.
even know if that's Henry the Moore. Really, he ain't even got a hat on. So
Hey,
I don't think this is really him. He might be a clone, honestly.
the man with no face. He's trying to tell like they building this landlord clone right now. he ain't completed yet. That's why it's only his voice on here.
I ain't got into my final form yet. That's all.
Nah, he ain't finished evolving.
Yeah. But
Man,
yeah, man, how y'all doing? I want everybody to hit that like and share button for the squad. It will not charge a card. Y'all already know how we get down. Hey, with the format, you gotta double tap the screen. You understand? Double tap the screen for the team. You know what I'm saying? That's how you hit the like button on this format. And we really appreciate everybody for stopping by the liquor store and the trap. We appreciate y'all.
man, they real ones, man. And listen, we are still fighting the good fight against YouTube. If you want to support, hit the Cash App because this is a free show until y'all give us something. We don't get ad
Thanks.
revenue. We don't get nothing from that shit. But hey, it is what it is. So you want to support the liquor store, support the trap, hit the Cash App, it's $ Henny the Moore, or you can hit his Cash App, which is $ Landlord 723. So if you want to
Absolutely.
support your independent content creators, hit the Cash Apps, man, because we is beefing with YouTube right now.
Yeah, we got to figure that out. But hey, we still here for the people, for the team. Even though our owner's not here for the team, we here for the team. You know what I'm saying? So like West Coast said, don't get mad at us. Shout out to West. Don't get
Shout out to
mad at
West
us.
Coast
We
Steve,
ain't
man.
do it. You know what I'm saying? We mad just like y'all. So shit, let's crank it up.
So this is a good question to sort of just to go ahead and start the show off. My boy Jeff asks, "Is Dion still in the mix?" There has
Mm.
been no official interview put up towards Deion Sanders yet, but there are some things to factor in with this, right? So come with me down the rabbit hole real quick. One, you need permission to even talk to Deion Sanders. You got to ask Colorado, is it okay for me to talk to Deion Sanders to have a formal interview with him for your head coaching position? But what you have to remember, Deion Sanders will be at the Shrine Bowl, which is in Dallas, in the Dallas Cowboys Stadium, around the Dallas Cowboys coaching staff and around Jerry Jones. So they can have they will probably have an informal interview if anything. If the coaching search stops, you hear nothing else about Shotty getting a contract or Kellen Moore. They could have an informal interview with Deion Sanders at the Shrine Bowl, and it'll probably be announced like they had a long talk. That's how they're gonna word it in the media. They had a
If you
long
think
talk.
about it, yeah, if you think about it, Dion might be one of the people who really just don't have to have a formal, you know what I'm saying, formal meeting. Like, you know everything you need to know about Deion Sanders. And I'm sure Jerry do too. So if you want him to be his coach, you know what I'm saying, you want him to be your coach, it is what it is. I don't think it got us, you know what I'm saying? They've been knowing each other forever. They've been following each other's careers. They know each other's children,
Hmm.
wives and shit. You know what I'm saying? So if anybody didn't need a formal interview, it might be Deion Sanders. So, like, don't let the fact that he hasn't had an interview. I think that's significant though, but we know the situation.
Yes,
But
sir.
like, don't let that feel like he all the way ruled out. Because remember, I got videos that went viral that said that Dion was like, "Hey, I'm not ever considering that." And then next thing you know, he's talking a little more polite about the situation. You see what I'm saying? So you can't believe nothing that's going on in college because he's in a real he's between a rock and a hard place. You know what I'm saying? He can't win in this situation, really.
Hmm. Yeah, I understand that. And listen, it might also be a pipe dream for us to think that Dion is coming, because like I said, like you could possibly have an informal interview with him at the Shrine Bowl, talk to him, figure that out. But the fact that they're giving multiple interviews to Schottenheimer is sort of concerning to me. And listen,
True, true.
I'm not here to be the person to say I hate the man. What I'm saying, like, I think that Schottenheimer will probably be a better fit than Kellen Moore. I don't know. I don't know how much that actually means. I don't think Kellen Moore is a very good head coaching candidate. You know what I'm saying? But let's just talk about it real quick, man. So just so y'all know what I'm talking about, the Cowboys are going to have a second interview. Well, they had it already. They had a second interview with Schottenheimer today, right? They spent almost 4 hours yesterday talking to the man. They said it was like 3 hours and 30 minutes and some change. And now he's finna come back and talk to them boys again. He is really like there's only been 4 people that they interviewed, and I think he's the only one that got a second interview. They had a virtual interview with Kellen Moore. They had an interview with Robert Saleh, and then they had an interview with Leslie Frazier. Brian Schottenheimer is the only one of those people that had multiple interviews. And then he had them back to back in quick concession, which is sort of startling to me. Like, he
Yeah.
just talked to them yesterday, and they want to talk to him again today. Like, I'm not understanding this.
Yeah, that's pretty concerning. It sounds like he's in the lead, if anything, right? He doing stuff that
Yeah.
nobody else done. But just check this out. What you think about this? Um, the Joneses have a head coaching job, open, right?
Hmm.
Do you think they would ever fill this position without truly interviewing Kellen Moore? Like, I'm talking about, I just don't see that, bro. Like, I would be surprised if they hire a coach before Kellen can like really come and interview. I'd be surprised.
I mean, dog.
So,
We also
what
gotta
you think,
ask ourselves: does Kellen really want to come back to Dallas?
bro? Kellen love the Joneses, and they love him back
Nobody loves people that much. Like, you,
for a head coaching job. Man, like,
listen. Hear me out, man.
go ahead.
Hear me out. It makes sense to us, but Kellen Moore is the one that had to bounce around the league and rebuild his reputation to even be in this position. And if I hold out long enough, I might be able to be able to have Super Bowl winning coordinator on my resume. I can go be the head coach for the Jacksonville Jaguars. I can go be the head coach for some other teams right now. You did me sort of dirty on my way out. We were supposed to whack Mike McCarthy. You let him whack me. That was not the plan. We had a plan and you slimed me out.
Now, from my understanding, what I'm hearing, it was mutual, just like Mike McCarthy. So basically, he left.
They
That
say
what people
that
trying to
every
say.
time.
That's what they trying to say. I have no idea. So I'm with you. Go ahead.
Because listen, we know it wasn't mutual with Mike McCarthy because they wanted Mike McCarthy. They said him withdrawing from the conversations for contract talks took them by surprise. They had no inkling in their mind that they was not going to have Mike McCarthy as the head coach this year.
So
So
you saying Jared clutched pearls when Mike left the
that what the report said. I'm not making this up. That what Sports Illustrated report said. I gotta go find the article. I shared it on Twitter. They said they were taken aback. They had no earthly idea that he would not be still here. They were gonna give him an offer. Might be a low ball. Might be a year or two, right? But they were going to try and keep Mike McCarthy here.
They said, "How dare you?"
That's the
They couldn't
report.
believe that shit.
So
That's crazy.
that's all I'm trying to say to this. So like every time somebody leaves Dallas is neutral. Nah, you didn't agree on this every time, bro. Like every time the pretty girl leave for a better dude, it wasn't like you agreed to it, man. You just wasn't him like you thought. I'm just saying. So hey, who knows? I don't know the particulars, but I'm just saying like from the outside looking in, they sort of slimed Kellen Moore out, man. Cause listen,
Yes, it looks that way.
cause listen, I'm not a pro Kellen Moore guy by any stretch of the imagination, but as the play caller, when Dak Prescott was in there, I know that he had the turnovers. They still won games, and Dak Prescott in Kellen Moore's final year had one of the best statistical playoff games in league history. And you fired me, right? You know you fired me. I understand we had the 2 interceptions on my option routes, but you weren't complaining about them during the course of the season. When I got here, Jerry. Now us as the fans, of course, we complained about it. We knew that was some bullshit. But Jerry,
I about to say I was, but go ahead.
but Jerry, you told me that was the shit. You told me you loved that. Why you fired me for stuff you told me to do, Jerry?
I mean, I see where you're coming from, but I mean, I think Kellen Moore can actually see like these head coach opportunities are few and far between. Cause like he was just about to get out the league. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just don't see this as an opportunity for someone of his ilk. I just don't think he should do that. Now, will he do that? That's different, but I don't think he should.
Hey, like I said, man, he finna be Kellen Moore, the Super Bowl winning offensive coordinator. Possibly. Hey, and it really just depends on what happens. Now, if they fizzle out in the playoffs and his offense is a big part of that, he need to pray to God they still want him as head coach here. But you know, if he does win the Super Bowl, if he is a Super Bowl winning offensive coordinator and play caller, why would I not parlay that into a better gig? Because guess what? I can go somewhere and actually have autonomy to coach. There would be people desperate enough to hire a Super Bowl winning offensive coordinator.
I don't know if my sound had got messed up. Did you hear what I had said at the end?
Which part? You can read.
When I was saying basically his opportunities of a head coach, you know, that's not something he wake up to every day. Because look at how he came from the bottom. He was almost out the league. Like if he would have failed with Philly. Oh, okay. If he would have failed with Philly, he probably would have been out of the league.
Yeah. But that's why I was saying, like, if he's able to win a Super Bowl as a play caller and put up a decent performance, you got to update your resume on Kellen Moore at that point. I believe more people would be interested in Kellen Moore at that point. Because all you got to say is, shit, it was Dallas, it was the Chargers, 2 of the most inept organizations in the National Football League. Kellen Moore went somewhere with a decent general manager, and they won. That's how you can sell yourself with Kellen Moore. The Cowboys, dysfunctional. Chargers, dysfunctional. Went to the Eagles. He became a Super Bowl champion. That's all you got to do to sell yourself if you're Kellen Moore at that point. Blame it on the folks you were working for. He said Robert Saleh is the best head coach candidate. I think he's the most qualified because he has head coaching experience. But I don't know enough about Robert Saleh to say if that's a good hire or not. Lan, are you there? Because I don't know. I think your sound is going in and out because it sounds like I'm on here by myself.
Yeah, I be muting so I won't have no weird sounds coming out of here.
What kind of sounds you got? What kind of sounds you got going on over there, sir? We already think you're a terrorist. So,
hey man,
are those hostages you got in the background?
I can't speak no more. It's over with. I can't tell on myself. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, shout out to Dumbhead Neil. He said, "What's up, gents? Pack some of this record snow we got here in Florida in my hand before I slap 41 Eagles fan with it before checking
Good
in."
Lord.
That's true. Dog, you know, it snowed in New Orleans, dog. It snowed in Florida. Like, I don't know, man. I might have to go pray.
I got people in Florida. They was like, man, it was record breaking snow. They got 7 inches.
Yeah, dog.
Yeah, so it's crazy out here.
Man, that
But
is wild.
I mean, it seems like most people hate Brian Schottenheimer. Give me some reason that y'all dislike Shotty, because I'm telling you straight up, I was pretty impressed at how he hold the room in the interviews, and he pretty stoic. He seems like he could be a leader. If he can't do nothing else, it seems like he can lead.
Mm.
So I ain't too mad at it. You know, it's not exciting. It's not the Dion type vibe. It's not gonna change the culture. Even though people speaking on cowboy culture like it exists, I feel like it need a whole new remodeling. But Brian Schottenheimer won't change too much. I feel like I did hear him talk about he want to emulate some of the things he see from other teams and other places. So that's encouraging. You want to see us implement some of these new modern type offensive styles into our system. That sounds like something that's in the plans for Brian Schottenheimer. So, I mean, honestly, I feel like he's a better candidate than Kellen because he's a leader. I don't give a damn how much football wizardry you got and where you got your wizard master degree from in football. I don't care because at the end of the day, are these men gonna follow you? And that's a question that I can say for pretty sure that they ain't finna follow Kellen. Kellen gonna have to. Kellen want to get along with everybody, bro. Like I can tell what type of guy he is. I heard how they speak on him and how they deal with him. Like no, somebody should be pissed at Kellen Moore. He try to make sure that nobody's mad at him. You know what I'm saying, man? You can't lead like that. When you're a leader, you got to make tough decisions. You got to say, nah, we ain't doing this. Or we ain't doing that. You got to be able to operate like that. And Kellen is not cut from that type of cloth. He's just not. You could tell the way he run his offense. Everybody got to get the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody's walking up to Kellen like, hey, man, I need some more ball. I need some more. You know what I'm saying? Nobody walking up to Kellen like that because he is an equal opportunist. And I think that's the worst way to call plays when you got superstars on your football team. Like, why would the Dallas Mavericks not use Luka? You know what I'm saying? Why Luka ain't gonna get 25 shots a night? Why not? Why is he not gonna have the ball in his hand more than anybody else? Don't that sound stupid?
Sound extremely stupid.
Why would Jokic not have the ball in his hands more than the other people around him? So you can't perform like that. You won't ever be great if you sit up and you treat everybody as equals. That is a flawed ideology. And he can't win like that, bro. Right now, is he treating Saquon like AJ Brown?
No.
Because he can't. they won't allow that shit. That's why it's working. They got Kellen Moore in parameters. They got a fence around Kellen. Like, you can only throw the ball when we tell you to. Like, you can only do this and that. They got rules and regulations for Kellen Moore out there in Philadelphia that we didn't have. Over here, Jerry just going to let Kellen do whatever the hell he want to do. That's when he get in trouble.
And listen, I agree with you. Like I said, it was reported there was a meeting held about the play calling early in the season, and that shit changed immediately. Saquon Barkley got the ball. They were winning games. Everybody and their mama happy. So, you are right. Kellen Moore is on a leash right now where he's at. But let's talk about Shotty, right? Let's talk about Shotty and his scheme. Or at least let's talk about Shotty and the numbers. Right, because I'm not just this pro Schottenheimer guy. I don't want him as the head coach. I'll be flat out with you. Like, I had other guys I wanted the Dallas Cowboys to make the head coach of the football team. I would took Ben Johnson for no other reason other than, hey, neither one of these guys been head coaches, but at least this guy's offense is a little bit more exciting. Aaron Glenn, great character, real leader of man, defensive-minded coach, led with a very good defensive unit. A lot of times not having the top-tier defensive talent that some other teams had. Um, Deion Sanders, of course, because I like the way that he's built the culture in Colorado. Right, they went from being a one-win team to being arrogant. Right, I like that, like for real, like I like the way that he built up that program and built his coaching staff up. You tell me I can get Hall of Famer to be on my coaching staff like Warren Sapp, and I can have T.O. teaching my wide receivers how to run drills. I want that in Dallas, right? So there were other guys way ahead of on my list than Schottenheimer. But when we just talk about the last time he was an offensive coordinator, and that number's right there. Like Hunter said, again, I don't want to defend Shotty, but the Seattle offense ranked 7 in EPA per play, 12 in success rate, and they were also 7 in drop back EPA and 7 in rushing EPA. So they were a top 10 unit when Schottenheimer was there, right? He was there as the offensive play caller for 2018 to 2020. That's his last time calling plays, right? So there's nothing else to look at besides that. I try to look at your most recent things, to try and draw a conclusion about you. So his offense wasn't bad. It was run heavy. They utilized a lot of play action. But Russell Wilson had some of his best career years in Schottenheimer's offense. And just so people could see, this doesn't actually go with the actual stat I was saying, but this is third and long, 2018 to 2024, regular and postseason EPA, minimum 300 dropbacks. Garbage time is removed, right? Because I know that's a big thing for some of y'all. So, best quarterbacks on third and long: Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert, Matthew Stafford, Matt Ryan, Derek Carr, Dak Prescott, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, Baker Mayfield. I just thought I'd throw that in there because people be hating on Dak. I just had that in there for shits and giggles.
Man, I feel real confident if we can get Dak to get back to himself, though. So, like, I just don't know after this injury. But if we can make Dak again and give him a good run game to lean on and a couple more weapons out there, man, I really feel like we can change this team. But, like, that's the power of the run game. Like, when you got a real run game that everybody in the stadium know you finna run and they still can't do nothing about it, that's the type of vibes Saquon and Philly got going on. If Dak had anything that's remotely close to that, I promise you, like, we will probably be close to unstoppable. Now, I know a lot of people going to be like, well, we had that in 2016. That was rookie Dak. We had it a few years in his beginning of his career. That version of Dak is not who Dak is today. Dak today will absolutely kill with that. And if you think about it, he killed with it as a rookie. So just imagine what he'll do if he had a real decent run game that he can lean on, well, a dominant run game that he can lean on, and some more weapons on the outside. I think that could go crazy. That's just me.
Also, he actually did not have beast mode. If he had beast mode, the numbers would have probably been better. But they did running back by committee in 2018 and forward because Marshawn Lynch was no longer there. Matter of fact, I think Marshawn Lynch was a damn Raider in 2018. So yeah, but I do agree with everything you said, landlord. Dak Prescott is a much better passer than he was in 2016 at this point in time. Dak Prescott is a much more accurate thrower of the football, and he understands the coverages way better. Like, he was a raw rookie. You don't think Dak Prescott at this age will take more advantage of one-on-one opportunities on the outside when he got guys like CeeDee Lamb?
Fact.
So, yeah,
And to be honest, we didn't even have that many receiving threats back then, if you think about it.
Mm-hmm.
We had Cole Beasley still, didn't it?
Well, Cole Beasley best career year was 2016 with Dak Prescott. So to say, and listen, before y'all say this all pro season with Buffalo, Cole said himself that 2016 with Ford was his best season. I'm just going off what he said on his
And
own
he be fighting for Dak Prescott, and that ain't even his quarterback no more.
At all. So, but yeah, man. So yeah, I agree with you though, man. Like, we need more weapons. We need a running game. Because listen, I believe his scheme will fit Dallas. When we talk about the run scheme, power run, having pulling guards and everything like that, Schottenheimer got the works over there. He got the works when it comes to the run scheme. But what I want Shotty to have is a real running back. Because he did not have like a true 1A dynamic running back when he was in Seattle. Because Beast Mode was not there anymore.
So what you're saying is if we want Gentry, you probably going to have to get Schottenheimer.
Yeah, and if you want one of the wide receivers, you'll probably go with Kellen Moore.
I want both.
So this is my question to y'all. Right. I'm a segue slightly. So recent history suggests that drafting a running back in the first 3 rounds pays dividends. This from Tommy Yarish. This is a whole article y'all need to check out. I ain't gonna hit the link or anything like that. I can't because this is a screenshot. But my question to y'all, and it's a real straightforward question. What 3 positions would you mind taking in the first round, and which 3 positions are a hell no for you? Like, I'm going to give you 3 of each. Which 3 positions is a hell yes? Which 3 positions are a hell no first round for the Dallas Cowboys?
You asking the chat or me?
All
or
of
both?
y'all. Both. You and I'm asking the chat. So, chat, put the 3 positions that you really want in the first round and put the 3 positions you like, fuck no, in the first round. And landlord, while they doing that, I want to ask you 3 positions you would take. I'll start with Wood, and then after you do the Wood, 3 positions you will not take under any circumstance.
Okay. This kind of sucks, but of course, wide receiver, running back, and probably an offensive lineman. I don't want. Let me whisper that. Oh, man. Okay. Keep that on the low. Don't let nobody hear this. I want to delete this, shoot this, all that. We got to destroy this afterwards. So nobody can hear that. But wide receiver, running back, O-line. Okay. And then the nose would be, to me, a defensive tackle because that's not paying dividends right now. Possibly, what else? Maybe a tight end. Like we did that, and well, we ain't did the first round, but we did it high and it didn't work out. A defensive tackle, a tight end, and what else? The last one kind of hard because I could see us going several different places. Not alone.
It's personal for you, so it ain't gotta be in particular order. You could just name anything that you would not take.
And a quarterback. That's the obvious. Quarterback, defensive tackle, and a tight end.
Okay.
Because I'm thinking you can give me a safety in the first round, I wouldn't be mad at you. You can give me a cornerback in the first round, I wouldn't be mad at you. You can give me a defensive end at the first round, I wouldn't be mad at you. You can give me a dope linebacker in the first round. It's a lot of other positions. I just sit back and fold my arms. Now I'd be kind of mad that we didn't get a receiver, but I'm like, okay, he better be nice.
Okay. I'll give you my 3 then. I'll give you my 3 for both, and then we'll talk about. We'll go through the chats. All right. So my 3 hell yeses is similar to yours. Wide receiver, running back, but where I would say a hell yes as well, and y'all might shoot me. I'm saying hell yes to a safety. If I can get Malachi Starks from Georgia, nigga's over.
Or Malachi Moore from Bama, huh?
Nah, he ain't got a first round grade. I'm talking about first round picks.
Hey.
Now, listen.
Don't let this draft fool you now.
Listen, I'm not saying I don't want him, but I can't take him 5 spots from where they trying to talk about getting him.
If he gonna be a great player for 10 years, I'll take him. I'm sorry. But let's see. I wouldn't be mad at a cornerback either. It'll suck. It'll suck, but it is what it is.
But what's going on with your cornerback room? Can you be mad if they took a corner? Because
I couldn't be mad at him.
Diggs is hurt. DeRon Bland missed a lot of time last year. You have no earthly idea if you're going to re-sign Jordan Lewis. So you might be down 2 corners by the time the season start.
Exactly.
You know what
So
I'm
that's
saying?
why I feel like that should be something to watch out for.
Okay. And then yeah, Downs from OSU was good too. All right, let me see. Oh, 3 hell no's. All right. Oh, I'm gonna be specific when I say offensive lineman. No fucking tackle. You just drafted 2 tackles last year. One of them has barely played because he was either hurt or just flat out benched for getting his ass whooped, and then the other one was injured, right? Because you drafted Thomas, right? You drafted Thomas and you drafted Guyton last year, right? Then you also got Austin Richards, right? You also got all these other damn tackles on your team that you haven't even given a chance to play football. I'm not getting a fucking tackle, right? Period. Point blank. I am
Hold
not.
on, hand. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Can I ask you a question?
Talk to me.
Slight pushback. All right, listen. If you purchase the skeleton of a car, do you have a car?
Listen to me. We versus the
Listen, I'm
skeleton
asking you
and
a question. Dude, if
I'm
you
answering
just
it.
have the body of a car, do you have a car?
No, but we also don't just have the body. We got the engine, we got the transmission, and we got the damn dude to paint it, and we got a crackhead to put the engine in.
I don't know, man. That dude might just be a shell of an offensive lineman. You gonna tell us we got McDonald's at home? You gonna make Dak play behind this dude?
I mean, the Austin Richards played bad when he played.
Did he play good?
Yes, by every metric,
How
yes,
good? Good enough to be a starter?
yes. Because you know why? Do you know why? Because you do not need Jesus and the 12 disciples on your offensive line. You don't need everybody on your offensive line does not have to be Jesus. One of
I agree.
the Kansas City Chiefs starting tackle is one of the most penalized players in the National Football League. That man be holding, he be getting false starts, everything, and they are still winning championships with that boy.
Can I ask you one more question? I'm gonna leave you alone.
Sure.
This is young Ryan Dakota coming off an injury too, a lower leg injury. His mobility might be in question.
Okay.
I want to protect my quarterback as long as I can if we trying to play a season. That's all I'm saying. And he's not a spring chicken no more. He's not Jaden Daniels, Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts is not moving around like that no more. He's not.
Okay.
I doubt it. I ain't saying that he can't move at all, but I don't know if he could withstand that for a whole season with a questionable offensive line. Like certain things don't have to be catered to your team. You see that Dak is coming back, his mobility could be limited a little bit. You might have to invest more in the O line, or you might have to invest more into your run game. Like you gonna have to do something to combat that. You got to.
Well, this is the thing. I cannot swap offensive linemen every year. I just drafted somebody in the first round. I have to give them time to see if he can actually play football.
You gonna be drafting another quarterback. Shit, we're
I
gonna be
mean,
having
listen,
Cooper Rush in that mug again.
I just listen. Every year I cannot draft somebody just because they had a rough rookie year. I cannot do that. I gotta give him time to do it. He just started playing left tackle when I put him at left tackle.
Rough rookie year is not being on the field though. That's abysmal. That's like the worst you can get. If you a first round pick, not being on the field, getting snatched up off the field, it don't get too much worse than that. Now, it could get worse. You get cut or not even, you know what I'm saying? It could get worse, but like that's pretty bad. Just being real.
I mean, listen.
Especially in Dallas, though. Especially in Dallas. Other places it's kind of normal, but in Dallas, you know they gonna force feed us these rookies. They gonna make sure they play.
All right. So this is my next question. So let's say you do that. You move Tyler Guyton to right tackle and you draft a left tackle. So now you got a rookie left tackle, a right tackle that barely played last year, and then you're gonna have because Zach Martin gonna probably retire. Then you're gonna have another interior offensive lineman that has barely played. So you want to do all that to your offensive lineman after a complete reshuffle last year?
I don't. It's not that I want to. It's that's what's gonna be necessary for us to succeed here. Like I don't want to do any of these. I want Tyler Guyton to be a super saiyan,
then
but
let
he's not.
him. Well, you don't know that yet. He could have took a sensu bean in between now and when you see him again.
Sir, did you see even the great Tyler Smith as a rookie got Dak hurt? Like, just imagine what Tyler Guyton would do.
That's sort of my point that you're making for me, landlord. You have to give them time to develop.
They still got hurt though. He still got hurt.
Yes, because you know why? Because
we don't have time for that.
Then why are you talking about drafting offensive lineman then?
I'm saying maybe you get another Tyler Smith, you get a super saiyan. Maybe we got to do something.
You just told me he got hurt behind him. So what difference does it make, landlord?
Man, I don't know, bro. I am depressed.
If the nigga gonna get hurt, man. Nah.
I'm gonna take my ball and go home. Screw this.
Well, take
Screw
the ball,
you guys.
then.
I'm going home. Cause hey, listen, what I'm supposed to do? I just want to protect my quarterback, bro. Dak is 31. Jeff Brandenham, yes, he's 31. Coming off another leg injury, bro. Man. Like, how much do I supposed to trust him?
Nigga get shot every day, B.
Man, he got shot. He like 50 Cent. He got shot a bunch of times.
No, he got hit like I got hit, but he ain't fucking breathing.
You know what I'm saying? But he ain't fucking running. Like, no, he got hit like I got hit, but he ain't fucking scrambling. he can't do none of that. Like, bro, I ain't trying to depend on Dak every game for scrambling around and making throws. I just think he might be a little past that now. I ain't saying that I'm right. I just don't want to bank my whole season on that. I don't. I'm sorry.
Then get the running back.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Boneless
shout out to
the
intro goddess. The intro goddess, you got to support with the boneless Dak. That is crazy work right now. That's crazy work.
That man sound like a 6-piece. He sound like a 6-piece meal.
that is terrifying right now. Because like I don't want to put my season on there, bro. We betting men. We bet almost all the time. You know what I'm saying? We bet.
We be putting all kind of shit in.
We be putting all kind of bets in. So if you was a betting man, if I told you every game next year, Dak had to scramble around and be an improv and survive an offensive line every day, what you think our record gonna be?
I mean, dog, that's what you're asking.
I'm just asking the question, bro. What you think our record will be?
What, he got to improv the entire time?
If he got to improv at least 1 or 2 times a game, and he got to fight for his life with a shaky offensive line.
I don't know.
Now this the version of Dak you ain't seen with the lower leg stuff now. This man ran a couple of times and was injured, bro. Like, we was making a joke out of it. We like, oh, he all right. He gonna be cool. Man, this man didn't come back, bro. Bro, how many times did he run here? Because no lie, it was a joke about him running. Like, y'all know Dak, my guy, but like when reality hit me in the face, I gotta listen, bro. I can't just sit up here and ignore this. I'm sorry. You might hear the ignoring it from every other content creator, but Landlord is a realist. I cannot ignore that. This man ran 1 or 2 times, and I'm not lying. Because I remember the game before that, they asked Dak. They said, Dak, you know, they said they said him and Flacco or somebody had more rushing yards than him. And he like, what?
Yeah,
like
Flacco had a 20-yard run.
So that's what I'm telling you. So the very next game here, that he just went from not running to running. I don't care how many runs it is, but that was the threshold. He went from not running to running. And as soon as he did that, he was injured.
Well, you can also argue the fact that he was not running all year and decided to get up and start running will cause the injury.
he must have went scratching his legs or something. What you trying to say?
I'm trying to say, hey, his body wasn't used to that at that point. Like
My body don't move like that no more. He ace off a paid in full. My body don't move like that no more.
Man.
Like, dang, Dak. I pray he come back and be better than ever, man. But that's gonna always stick with me right there. That because to me, that don't sound like. I know a lot of people might look at it like an injury problem and all that stuff. To me, that sound old though, bro. I'm just being real. That sound like he's just old now.
I mean, dog, all that is understandable. You're not wrong. I'm just saying the way you're trying to fix it is not going to work. I cannot put that many inexperienced offensive linemen on the field at the same damn time because you got to give the left tackle that you draft grace. He gotta learn how to play in the NFL. He gotta have grace for this upcoming season. You still gotta give Tyler Guyton grace because he done missed half the damn season basically from sitting his ass out or being hurt.
So all I'm saying is, so your solution is to keep the McDonald's at home and let Tyler Guyton be a turnstile. That's what you're saying.
Do you know he'll be a turnstile this year?
I'm just asking a question. Is that your way to solve the problem?
Well, first and foremost, because you're putting words in my mouth, I didn't say that he's going to be a turnstile. You have to let him develop. You cannot believe that he would be a worse player than this upcoming year than what he is now. You have to believe that a guy with his work ethic, after playing in the NFL, will be better than what he was, when he started out. So you got to hope that he's better. I mean, that's the truth with everybody else on your offensive line. If Cooper Beebe is the same player from his rookie year to his next year, he's failing as a player.
I never thought I'd have to disrespect you to this magnitude, but I'm sorry, sir. You sound exactly like Stephen Jones, sir. I'm sorry.
No.
You sound like Stephen Jones to me.
How do I sound like Stephen Jones?
Because you telling me that these players gotta play. If he ain't good, leave that man kick his ass out, bro.
Do you trust them to draft the offensive lineman after drafting Tyler Guyton, landlord?
Man, if that dude ain't good, he shouldn't be on my field, bro. I don't care how much they pay for.
I didn't ask you that. Is the dude you're gonna draft is gonna be better than Tyler Guyton? You don't know that.
I hope so.
You hope so. Okay, you hope. You hoping.
We should have hope.
No, the fuck we shouldn't. Hope for what?
Wait a minute.
Hope for what? They did this. And you over here talking to me like I'm crazy. They did this shit, nigga.
That boy said, no, we shouldn't. Man, you gotta relax, bro. Yes, we always.
I'm gonna be getting called Stephen Jones, nigga.
Hey, I ain't mean to disrespect you like that, bro. I'm sorry, bro. But you were sounding real Stevenish to me.
I'm sounding real.
Because you remember when Steven said this publicly now. You remember that. He said those words exactly. I believe they was in the war room and he was like, we have to play these players. No, he said you draft them, you got to play them or something like that. I remember this.
Listen, he said that bullshit. But guess what? In this instance, you have no other real options moving forward, dog. Unless you're gonna sign a veteran left tackle in free agency, you have no other options.
Wait a minute, Charles, bud. I don't know. He said Guy was one of the worst rookie tackles ever. Man, I asked that dude. I asked him at training camp. I said, "What's your biggest attribute?" And that dude said, "I'm fast." and that was it. He said 2 words. Damn.
Pray for the
boy. Hold on, JJ the man. Now you gotta get your little freaky ass Diddy ass about it.
He got deployed to a Diddy party. That man didn't go overseas.
Dog, I see why you a mime now. After you left that Diddy party, you can never speak again. He could never utter another word. He seen too much. You seen too much, man. Damn, JJ.
I can't even put that shit on. I can't even put that shit on the screen.
Good grief, JJ. Relax, man. We know why you a mime now. We just got to the bottom of it, man. Good grief.
Thank you, Jeff. He said Steven is an idiot. Henny not. Thank you,
That's
Mel.
true. That's true. I said he sound like. I didn't say he was. Now that would have been fighting words. Like we would
Man,
have had to pull up. I said you sounded like Steven. All right.
dog, this is my thing though, right? And listen, I like Tyler Smith now, right? I didn't really like the pick when we got him, but Tyler Smith became him, and I'm not mad at that. But your front office has missed on the last 2 first-round picks, dog. They missed on Monty Smith up to this point. They've missed on Tyler Guyton up to this point. They're still
But
young. They can
what
improve.
you don't understand is they was just sabotaging Mike McCarthy. Now they finna get back to drafting for real, right?
Dog, no,
Shit.
nah. Like they effing up.
They was sabotaging Mike, bro. They was like, bro, how you gonna win with no free agents and bad drafts? Like, we gonna get this dude up out of here.
Believe me, they did not want to not draft good. I promise you that. Because they can't sell them rookie jerseys for shit if they don't play good. Like they only selling the Marvin Overshown jerseys right now, boy. They ain't sold
Dang.
they ain't sold no Miles Smith jerseys. They damn sure ain't sold no Schoonmaker jerseys.
I think Miles is coming along though. I knew he was gonna be decent in 4 years, but we needed him to be good year 1. That ain't his fault, really. I mean, we said that. That's why I didn't want to draft him.
I mean, dog, it's too late now. We gonna have to.
You go back and look at my draft coverage on that year. I said no defensive tackle. I said no, none, 0. I don't care what he looked like, because that's a process. That's not instant impact. It's not, and it wasn't. Now here we are 3 years later, and now he's showing progress.
Man, that is true though. I'm just saying though, man. Like, y'all niggas finna have to fight me if you try to draft the offensive lineman. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
So JJ, do you want his running mate to be Osa? Because you got to pay for him. You got to pay for Osa these days. Osa's is not cheap no more. You know what I'm saying? Osa's cost a little bread now. You're going to have to convince Stephen Jones that he got to buy Osa. He ain't trying to buy nothing.
Well, listen, that's your partner, man. You convince him, shit.
Man, you was just sounding just like him, so you must have been around him. What you been doing? What you been doing here?
I told you the real. You just don't want to hear it. You up here want to draft people that you don't even know good or not. You sound like Stephen Jones. We gonna draft. We gonna draft it.
Wait a minute! Don't put it back on me.
we gonna draft the left tackle. You don't need wide receivers. We got Jalen.
I ain't say that. Now
we
you
don't
ain't
need
never
a draft.
heard.
We don't need a draft.
Never.
We gonna draft 7. We gonna draft 9 offensive linemen, and we gonna get a running back in the 8th round.
Oh Lord, no. You ain't never heard me say we don't need a wide receiver. Hey, we could have 3 of the best wide receivers on the team. I'ma still say get another.
That's what you said when you said draft the offensive lineman. You didn't realize that. That's what you said when you said draft.
I ain't say lineman. I whispered that. You put it on Front Street. Nobody even supposed to hear that.
They all knew.
Nah, that's supposed to have been a secret.
There was no secret.
We don't want them to get a hold to this at all.
They don't listen. They don't even need an offensive lineman. I done told you they got Austin Richards. I done told you that they got that boy Thomas. My daddy said what you expect from a Roll Tide thing, man.
See there. I already knew it. The professional hater.
Professional hater is devious. It's devious.
Hey, I told him you was hating so bad the other day. I might have to pull up over there. You doing too much. You don't kick a man while he down now. I've been down. Leave me alone now. Leave me alone now.
Man, I'm just saying, listen, landlord, hear me out. You got 30,000 offensive linemen. We already had this conversation. Did you forget the conversations we have? Like,
if you got that many, how many do you really have?
You probably got enough. You just ain't playing the right ones. You ain't playing the right ones, apparently. Because, like, I promise you that Austin Richards played way better than Tyler Guyton did last year. He did.
Well,
just like we know at certain points of this year, there's a certain future Hall of Famer that was getting outplayed by the guy behind him. I'm not gonna say nobody's name.
Oh Lord,
Zach Martin.
you trying to make them ride in the streets, ain't you?
They know damn well Zach Martin was getting his ass whooped,
Man, Zach Martin getting
bullied,
whooped.
folded up like origami,
Zach Martin
disrespected.
look like one of those side though.
Boy, they put dirt in that boy's eyes. So that's what I'm saying, dog. Like, I'm tired of talking about offensive linemen. I don't want to talk about another offensive lineman. You can't make me talk about offensive linemen no more. We done with this
I would
conversation.
love to double dip for running back in this draft. What about you, Hunter?
I'll take 2. Yeah, I'll take 2 easily.
I love to double dip. What rounds? I get Gentry, bro. I ain't scared. Like, fuck, I'm trying to not cuss everybody out, but screw that. I'll draft Gentry. You remember when y'all didn't listen to me last time about first round running backs? How did that work out for y'all?
It didn't.
Answer me that.
Yo.
Oh, I don't know how many people that's really landlord from Alabama, subs like that who was righteous down 10 toes down with me, but I fought the whole nation and said draft Bijan Robinson, draft Gibbs in the first round, and everybody else was like, "Oh God, landlord, no, he's a running back. Did you not look at his position?" they said you must didn't see his position, landlord. He's a running back. And I stood 10 toes down and told y'all that I would draft both of them guys. Now answer me what them dudes doing in the league right now.
Ball.
Okay, case closed. Give me Gentry. I don't care what y'all talking about.
All right. So I have another question. He said, now listen, we know who probably gonna be the head coach, but he wants to know who do we want to be the new head coach. Key word is want. Not who we think, who do we want?
I would want Dion to be the head coach more than anybody because I feel like we need an adrenaline shot. I feel like we need a culture change. And I feel like day one, prime walking that building, that's what you're going to get. We'll figure out the rest of the stuff later. But I'm telling you, I feel like this Hollywood mentality, the Dallas Cowboys, they don't respect us no more, bro. I want us to go back to the hardcore. Hey, we them boys, we him when we step out on that field. I feel like can't nobody do that better than Deion Sanders. I feel like the attitude and the mindset come first with this team. Because, look, we done had talent. We done had all this other stuff. And it's something else that's holding us back. And I think it's some intangible stuff. That's just my opinion.
I agree. Listen, I would take, at this point, because there are, and probably everybody I want probably college coaches. I would like to talk to Ryan Day. I would like to talk to Deion Sanders. You know, I would like to even maybe talk to Sark. I just don't think Ryan Day or Stark would leave where they're at because they like gods there at this point. Stark done got them. Texas is back because of Stark, and Ryan Day just won the national championship. So you know, guys like that, Kirby Smart, you have to pay them a king's ransom and give them full control in Dallas and guarantee that you don't treat them like Mike McCarthy. They could be at their job that they on right now in the next 8-9 years, dog. It's college. They could be there 8-9 years in that program. Dallas, you might not make it through the first contract. You might not be here 5 years in Dallas. You might not be here 4 years in Dallas, depending on how things play out. So, probably be prime because that's the one situation where you can go from a mid-level college to the big stage. You know what I'm saying? So, and I like the way he handles things. He's not a hands-on, I'm going to call the plays, I'm going to call the defense, but he is a disciplinarian. He does build a great coaching staff around him, and he does mitigate. He does allow them to be their own man and coach. So I think that could work in Dallas because as long as you get a fire-ass coaching staff for Deion Sanders, he'll handle everything else.
Bro, I really think we need a CEO type figurehead in Dallas, bro, because that's the only thing that can kind of offset the team acting like Jerry Jones. We need a personality that's so big that it can still it could deflect some of that stuff that Jerry brings to the table. You see what I'm saying? We need somebody who okay, Jerry might run the show, but on this field, it's Deion. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody looking past him. with football operations. I just don't see it. And then if we can't get somebody to offset or deflect Jerry Jones, I feel like we need somebody who can like be on the same page as them. To where it's so on the court, like they won the court so good that it don't even make sense to try to backdoor the coach because him and Jerry Jones pretty much the same dude. If that's possible, you know what I'm saying? But we need to find some type of dynamic to where the coach, where the players don't disrespect the coaches for the likes of Jerry Jones. However, we beat that bush right there, I feel like that's what's holding us back to ultimate success in Dallas.
All right, I got another question. Somebody asked, "What you think about Pete Carroll?" I don't think he's a bad coaching hire. I just don't know if Pete want to come out here, man, and deal with this at his age. But
Yeah,
I do think that he's a winning head coach. He won a Super Bowl. He's been to two. He's an energy guy. He's a defensive savant. So when you get somebody like Pete Carroll, you're gonna have to go ahead and find you a great offensive coordinator. You know what I'm saying? You got to find a good play caller. But I don't think it would be a bad thing to get Pete Carroll. But you notice that Pete Carroll's name is not in any of these discussions. They're not
he's
thinking about
not.
Pete.
He's not. I think when it be something like that, bro, it be something that's behind the scenes that they know that we don't know. You know what I'm saying? I think that's probably just telling us that Pete ain't even trying to be a coach no more. Or definitely not in Dallas. When obvious candidates not even candidates, I got another obvious candidate who's not a candidate.
Oh.
Al Harris. He's literally your assistant head coach right now.
Well,
He don't even get an interview. You interviewing everybody but him.
Hey, it be like that sometimes, man.
So, and we know why he's not a head coach candidate right now. Because he said he wasn't even ready to be a defensive coach, a defensive coordinator last year or a year before that. I think it was last year.
He said that himself, so you know.
Yeah, so that's why he's not a head coach candidate. So it be stuff that's behind the scene most of the time to where the obvious candidates are not candidates.
He said that Mike Zimmer will accept the position because Jerry will get him what he asked for because we've seen it already. I just believe, man, that when you're talking about retiring and you're down near 70, he probably gonna retire. That man when it got him a girl, he need Viagra for. He finna be out here wilding.
Mike Zimmer gonna be balled up in a fetal position after that young thing get down with him.
Man, it's over with. That man got engaged. he got engaged to like a 20-something-year-old, man.
Man.
He
Zimmer ain't never had nothing like that. He's gonna go crazy.
He finna spend all his free time giving them worms.
He said, "Oh, the season over? Shit, y'all will never see me again." It's over.
All right, y'all, I'm out. That's his next interview.
Oh God.
All right, y'all, I'm out. Yeah.
He just signed. He said, "I signed the deal before I got her, so hey, I'm done now." I don't know too much about Robert Saleh either. I think I kind of like his demeanor though. I think he'll probably be able to bring some discipline or something like that up in here. I believe that, but nah, I don't think nobody a better impact than Prime. Prime might want to wait 4 years.
He said Chester the Molester.
Who the hell is Chester Molester?
Man, you ain't seen I think that's from Soul Man, I can't remember. You ain't seen Soul Man with
I think I seen it once. It was years ago though.
Man. Let's see. Zimmer
Somebody said popping Bluetooth like Tic Tacs.
Yo,
Zimmer said he got to get right.
I got a question for y'all, and this is sort of crazy, but why the hell are we assigning coordinators and coaching staff before we get a head coach We got to
Because
stop
we the
this.
Cowboys. We the
No,
Cowboys.
this is why we don't win shit.
Exactly.
This is exactly why we don't win. Why are we talking about position coaches and you ain't got a head coach? You ain't gonna let them. When you don't let the head coach fill out his roster, you have already undermined him from the get-go. You're already starting from a place not in good faith. You don't trust me to find my own tight end coach. You don't trust me to find my own offensive coordinator. You don't trust me to find my own defensive coordinator. How am I going to be respected by my players? And they know I don't even really want the people on my staff that trying to teach them this and that. We're not on the same.
Exactly.
We're not even on the same accord to come into this situation together.
I think the Joneses use that as like a grooming type process. Like you gonna know that you're not the head when you come up in here. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like ceremonial or something with them. They like, yeah, buddy, you might act like you in charge, but we want you to know who's really in charge. So, you take this job, you're gonna take a couple of these coaches that we want. That's crazy.
He said Denzel Washington remember the Titans. I'll take him. She probably better than what we got. It said letting Fossil go was crazy, but that's the thing. You cannot keep Fossil when you ain't got a head coach. You don't have a head coach. I can't keep nobody on staff. I ain't got a head coach. Who is trying to come somewhere and they already got coordinators in place? Unless you're desperate. Bob McCarthy was desperate at the time, so he took Kellen Moore with him. But who is desperate right now to be a head coach in the National Football League?
That's any good.
I mean, even if they're not good, you still got to have the desperate part down. There's plenty of guys that aren't good, but they're getting coaching opportunities, and that's why I said like Kellen Moore might not even be in play. How do you know that Kellen Moore even likes Jason Witten? They played together. Don't mean they were friends. He might not even like this man, and to allow him on the staff. You know what I'm saying? So even Kellen Moore might not even say hell yeah to this. Cause think about it. If Kellen Moore was really as down as we say they would, why has Schottenheimer got a second interview before Kellen Moore got his?
I don't know, man. Because Kellen can't interview.
Maybe can't, but why give Schottenheimer a second interview? If Kellen Moore is the prize, you could have waited. Schottenheimer ain't going nowhere.
I'm sure Shotty impressed them though. Like I'm telling you, he can hold the room. Go back and look at his interviews. You'll see. You can see the leadership in him. You can see it. Like real talk. I think the players like him too. So like he a real candidate because of that.
No, I don't snort powder, so I would never be ready to have Kellen Moore back. I promise you that.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just saying that I don't think folks are pushing the narrative that Kellen Moore is the favorite to end up with this job. If that was the case, I don't think they would move like that with Schottenheimer. That's all I'm saying.
I was just about to ask.
I'm listening.
Who is the most likely? Like, if we wake up a year from now, who the hell was the coach?
At this point, right now, today is Schottenheimer.
You think that's the most likely for you?
He's already here.
I think right now, yeah, it's him too.
I mean, right this moment.
It seemed like him or Kellen, and that's
I mean, listen, man. I'm about tired of this entire conversation because every time we go down this rabbit hole, I get sadder.
Hopefully, Kellen them lose this weekend, and then we'll know even quicker.
He said maybe Kellen told him he wants shot as the OC. Who knows?
Didn't they say he interviewed for both jobs?
There was rumblings. They didn't. There is no telling if he actually interviewed for offensive coordinator. It was a head coach interview. If they're considering for offensive coordinator, it is what it is. But it's just weird. This shit is weird all the way around, bro.
This is what happens when you let a coach. Everybody, all these people that's talking about anybody but Mike. I hope you stand on that because y'all been real quiet lately. You sound nervous. Everybody celebrating that Mike was gone. Now we don't know what the hell they finna do. And
Man,
it almost feel like it's not gonna be good. Like I don't even know how to feel positive about it. It just feel like they're gonna screw it up.
I mean, of course they're gonna screw it up. That's their job to screw it up. They're fools. But we just gotta pray about it. All we can do at this point. It's your fault, really, landlord, because you let them kick Mike out. I told you the.
Man, I fought for Mike. Hey, they can't say I ain't put on for Mike, bro. Cause I just feel like he deserved a better chance, and he deserved to be treated better than he was getting treated by us and the front office. Like he just was getting screwed over. So I mean, now I hope we can duplicate what he did or do better. Like I don't think people realize that he actually pulled off some decent shit here. Like I don't know. We'll see.
He said Joe Brady from the Bills. He's a good offensive minded coach. I ain't got no issue with him. I just don't know him personally. What he like as a leader or anything like that. But he's gotten a lot out of that offense, and they haven't always had the best offensive personnel. They started the year with wide receiver by committee themselves, and then they added some better guys. So. But yeah, man, I'm about done with the Cowboys in general. We're also done with the show. You got anything you want to add to this before we get out of here?
Nah, man. Just everybody double tap the screen for the team. Hit that like a shot for the squad. It will not charge a card. We appreciate y'all pulling up to the trap and to the liquor store. Hey, man, like we said, we are not monetized at the moment. If y'all enjoyed the show, if y'all appreciate our efforts to bring you the show and entertainment, please hit the cash out for your boy. Mine is landlord, $ landlord 723. His is $ Henny DeMore. We appreciate y'all, man. If y'all watching this on the playback, hey, comment anything you disagree with, if you liked it or whatever. Y'all know what to do, man. Just holler at your boy, Landor from Alabama, with the same handle on all social media. Holler at your boy.
Indeed, it's your boy Henny DeMore reporting live from the liquor store. Y'all be blessed. We'll be back sometime soon, man. Maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after. But we're gonna bring you some more unfiltered Dallas Cowboys content. And in the words of West Coast Cowboys, man, never look down because the star is up. Peace.
Peace.